deserve from me, yeah. Pull up and hurt me, push the stars, act like you hurt me. Only sum it up if you deserve from me, yeah. Pull up and hurt me, push the stars, pushing on my buttons with no hesitation. Gas me up, give me motivation. So tell me where we can't pick a destination. Gas me up, give me motivation now. Pushing on my buttons with no hesitation. Gas me up, give me motivation. So tell me where we can't pick a destination. Gas me up, give me motivation now.
Give me life, I'll change yours. Prove me signs, I stay floating on the high, baby loaded.
The way we move, skin on the skin. No separation, need no conversation, nah, nah, nah. On everything, it's automatic, going table to a high, nah, nah. Riding, wishing the wheels will fall off. Time is ticking, it's taking you too long. Right before I decide to go. Act like you hurt me. Only step it up if you deserve me, yeah. Pull up and hurt me. Push the stars. Act like you hurt me. Only step it up if you
I welcome you all for this wonderful episode on Jamnija. We are still on the program on the show. As many that their calls will be received this evening, I urge you to stay tuned. Remember that you are into Marge FM.
Like you heard me. Only sum it up if you deserve me. Yeah. Pull up and hurt me. Push the start. Pushing on my buttons with no hesitation. Gas me up, give me motivation. So tell me where we can't pick a destination.
On the matter on parenting, the wonderful episode and the wonderful talk show on today has been, as there are many great broadcasts on parenting. This episode number 2, we will be looking at parenting in Jamaica, thereby relating it to every part of the country using Nigeria as part of the show. So, as many that are parents, just sit back and listen to this wonderful podcast. There are many great topics on this parenting that covers a wide range of topics, from newborn care to navigating teenage age. Here are a few popular ones you might enjoy. Just sit back and enjoy Jamnija. I'm here with Doberry. Okay, Mrs. Doberry, you are welcome to this wonderful episode. Last week on the 16th of January 2025, that remains on Thursday like this. I know I have you right here in this wonderful studio. My friends and our viewers all over the world, if you're following us on YouTube, of course, on Blessed Be World, we welcome you all. But before we start, we want to really look at parenting on this wonderful show. And I'm sure you will be glad to hear and to listen on this wonderful episode. It has also been that the longest, shortest time, this postcard is known for exploring the joys and the challenges of parenting. And of course, with a mix of heartwarming and humorous stories. Mom and Dad, please, we want you to come forward and have your contribution, as we'll be having a lot of calls. Of course, if you're in Jamaica, if you're in Nigeria, this is your opportunity to make and to connect, of course, to have friends. You have to connect with friends. Mom and Dad are indeed fighting on this and hosted by Slate. This podcast features candid discussion about the ups and downs of parenting from the perspective of both moms and dad. My host, welcome.
Thank you for having me again.
And my YouTube fans, please pardon us. We are trying to fix things and to make things work out as it is. I want to know, what are some questions you want to ask mommy and dad based on parenting? Can you tell us one thing that you want a parent to give as a model of advice to his up children, as bringing up children? What are the morals as parent you would like to share with your kids? I said, I'm asking, what morals will a parent will give the child come to morality when it comes to anything that have to do with teaching, impacting knowledge and morals to your upbringing children? What do you think that is most important to teach a child in the early age? All right, we're having a call from someone. Of course, before then, let's just have a beautiful music to play and just stay tuned as a lot of music will be unleashing on this wonderful channel. Please stay tuned.
say color your procoto, no go taste locoto. Jelly de bossy my pololo. Can make a salute your comodo. Tell if you balance echo, I get you paper. No go do me Diego, my Maradona. Tell if I lap your sueto, I'm a farisa. Kill your back, keep it connected, and I can follow your cresco. Sunday, then the cresco. Pay for your wisdom, and I could pay for your lesson. Pay for your wisdom. Sunday, then the cresco. Pay for your wisdom, pay for your lesson. Tell if you balance Diego, I get you paper. No go do me Diego, my Maradona. Tell if I lap your sueto, I'm a farisa. Tell your back, keep it connected, and I can follow your cresco.
I'm so city.
Man, get tonight till I fade out. If the vibe no pure on my way out. Pull a balu, anytime we step out. The men them outside, we know they house. No they look us, we know they house. So they see the mullah, we don't spray out. Thank God, said the maga don't pay out. Okay, see, I'm ahead of them, I see what you. I'm a fucking baller, you got only me. No man fit talk shit to me, you go collect oh. See, I'm on me, they lead, I see what you. I'm a fucking baller, you got only me. No man fit talk shit to me, you go collect oh. Cheers to my friends and click. When I call them, I all pulling up. We strapped up with the guns and the swords and things. Bring hell to anybody who try to test me. I'm your dad, I'm your uncle, I'm your popsy. I be old man, no go, they call me Gen Z. Brother C, steady giving them top, multi love far. They can never near me. Ask my lover, just go. My own boy, don't show. I'm on my polo white, my face show. Sweet boy for life, you don't know. You're serious, babe, they worry my phone.
Miss Chidoberry, I know you have been enjoying the wonderful music that have been rolling. I'm here to remind you that you have not answered my question that I asked about what would you want to inculcate to your children in the early childhood? What are the moral lessons you would like to them to learn in the early childhood?
Can I throw the question back at you?
Yeah.
What moral lessons do you want your children to learn in early childhood?
Do you know the word that is called three magic words? How to teach a child to say I'm sorry, please, and thank you, and some other words that we use as a moral.
Oh, I know those words, but I don't know the phrase three magic words. Enlighten me. How was it taught to you?
You know, in Africa, in Nigeria, you see a little child calling his parent or a father, "Daddy, come here." I found it strange here in Jamaica when someone we just call an elderly person without using a a compulsive way to call someone, not just commanding, "Come here." It sounds so strange to me. Hearing it for the first time in Jamaica, I was like, wow.
So you never said to your father, "Daddy, come here, please."
Good. You better use "Daddy, please come here," other than saying "Daddy, come here." It is very common here in Jamaica. How true is that?
It depends on upbringing. There are several different sects of society.
Mhm.
You have some persons who grow in the upper St. Andrew. They talk like this, Rebecca, the Jessicas, whatever. and these persons tend to be sent to the private schools that will teach decorum, that will teach mannerisms, that will teach etiquette, right? Not to say that public schools don't, because public schools do indeed decorum and etiquette, but it's taught in a different way. It's taught as basic, taught as a part of your basic, the way you carry yourself, but it's not instilled in the way that it is in private schools or in certain schools that we categorize as the elite schools. I can use myself as an example. Going to Glenmere High, we were taught. I like polished students. That was taught to us by Miss Charmaine Holmes. Big up yourself, Miss. If you're listening to Merge FM, if you're tuned in, big up yourself. I carry that with me. I like polished students because it instilled within us this sense of pride in your appearance, pride in the way you carry yourself, pride in the way that you speak to people. This elegance that you should, walk around and exude. That is what some schools are taught. Not a lot of parents were taught. So then you can see the case of they didn't learn it, so they don't know what exactly they should teach. And then you have another case, another sector of society where I never got such home training, but I love to see the persons who got it. So I want to teach my children how to behave like that. So it really and truly, what you are seeing is a result of different types of upbringing. Not everybody grew up with somebody telling them to speak standard English. Not everybody grew up with somebody saying, "Hey, patois is okay. It's our mother tongue, and you should be proud of speaking it." Consequence. Not everybody is taught that when you're taking something from somebody, you don't drag it, but you request it kindly. Hello, could you hand me that thing right there? Thank you. Not everybody is taught that. So when you go out into the society and you interact with people, you are interacting with a product of their upbringing.
But in my country, Nigeria, it is very strange to hear a toddler calling an elderly person like, "Come here." What? You don't say that. So have to be, "Please, daddy, come here. Daddy, please, can you please come?" You know, it sounds another way other than saying authoritatively or commanding an elderly person, "Please." And when somebody say, "Come here," but
Toddlers are what? 1 year to 3 years, correct? That's the age group for toddlers, right? Children are going to express themselves in the way that they see the people around them behave.
That's correct.
So if the dad is always saying, "Come here," you expect the child to say, "Come here." No. Nope. The child is a mirror. So if in the event you see a Jamaican child casually saying, "Come here, little boy, come here, daddy," it is because that is what he sees around him. Children don't do what you tell them to do, They actually indeed do what they see you do. So if you don't like it, then you better change up something.
All right, my people out there, let me hear your take right at the comment section. What is your take on this matter? Early childhood upbringing as prospective daddy out there, prospective mommy out there. What is the first moral lesson you would like your child or your kids to learn in the early upbringing when it comes to training, home training, when it comes to moral teaching? What the most important to you that you want your children to imbibe? So you can always call us on these numbers of. All right, let me give you a number to call. The numbers remains 876-215-4005. Remember that we're into March FM. Thank you for joining us. Please enjoy the rest of the music.
Give a body back shots, body. Give a body back shots, body. Back shit the way I jump for NYC. Big girl, she got it.
in emotional things. So, what are your thoughts on that?
The thing is, as long as child boy is concerned and a girl child is concerned, it's not it's not good for boys to cry
Oh, that's
unnecessarily.
crazy.
Unnecessarily. Unnecessary. There's some boys that behave like girls. If you understand what I'm saying?
This is the type of parenting that I run away from, and this is the type of
No,
parenting that
man.
you run
That is
towards.
boys are not meant to cry as girls.
So, what is the difference between boy crying and girl crying? The
The
tears
only
are
different
tears. Tears
the,
is
the
tears.
only difference is crying unnecessarily. Well, if a girl cries, all right, it is okay. You can say okay, sorry, but boys are meant to solve problems and not to cry over it. They are to have to absorb pain more than girls. So if they cry over it, they have to cry when it is necessary, but not crying as though they are giving up on it. No, no matter how you target, girls have to cry more than boys.
Anywho, we will leave
Mhm.
that one for whoever it is for, but my boys will be allowed to express themselves
Not
emotionally.
as girls expresses themselves. Not as how
We
girls
will
should
leave
express
that one for
themselves.
the people who it is for, Abby. Or is it Abego? That's it.
No, the thing is, let me tell you, when it comes to a boy crying, the way to man him up is to tell you, hey, stop. Boys don't cry. Don't cry. Don't do that. You're a boy, you're a man. Don't cry. Just to man up. Do you understand? Then if a girl wants to cry, you can, oh, sorry. You kind of, so,
That is a back a bush backwards, out of date type of mentality, coming from the heart of Jamaica. I disagree. I know that Jamaicans will be on the fence with this one. There are many Jamaicans who grew up in a household where boys were not allowed to cry, and they thought that it made them the man that they are today. And there are many Jamaicans who grew up in the same environment where boys were not allowed to cry, and they, as soon as they get out of that environment, they don't speak to their parents anymore because they were not allowed the space to express themselves emotionally. And then they are now the people in therapy that didn't learn how to emotionally regulate. They don't know how to they don't know how to gauge themselves. They don't know how to express themselves without breaking down, because when they were children, they were not given that outlet to cry. They weren't given the space to express, mommy, daddy, this thing that is happening in home is not making me feel comfortable. They weren't given that space. So when they're older now, all of that trauma, everything that they were told to suppress, conceal, don't feel, for all of my Frozen fans, they were suppressed. Really, those, when those emotions get suppressed, right, it's a long road of recovery that some people endure during what we call mental rehabilitation. Some persons, they just need to go on the big white couch that therapists have nowadays to just talk. That's why talk therapy exists. It's for people who it's for boys that became men that were not allowed to cry.
okay.
Anywho, let's move on to another topic. So, when it comes to parental upbringing, before you get to morals, what type of planning do you think you should make as a parent before even thinking of heading to the baby making process? What type of plans do you think parents should be putting in place, both in Jamaica here, where we call yard, and abroad, which is Nigeria? What do you think they should be doing before they get to the baby making?
Well, the first thing first is to check your pocket and to know what you have. Not only checking your pocket, check your morality, because as long as family is concerned, you are bound to be a teacher. All right. Children will learn from you what you do and how you do things, what you say and how you say things. So you must be a teacher. You must put yourself in the place of a teacher, a role model, and then be able to take it upon yourself to say that you are bound to care. All right. So if you live a life that is questionable, it is time for you to curtail them to know that they are watching you and they will learn from what they see you do. All right. So you put things in place mentally, emotionally, and financially, and then of course you discipline yourself to make sure that you impart knowledge to them. So these are things you put in place before embarking in anything that has to do with baby making.
I would say heavy on the mentally, because if you have the financial means to take care of a child, educationally you're packing with degrees at masters, you got the P, you got the H, and you got the D, but you're upstairs not all right, that child will suffer. I'm a big believer in parents getting counseling, going through, different types of counseling, whether you want to do it with a professional psychologist or you want to get counseling from your local pastor. I believe that Jamaicans, my Jamaican people, and of course our Nigerian brothers should be willing, well, brothers and sisters, because let's face it, here in Jamaica, and overseas, we do have a lot of single moms and single dads, but we also do have some marriages that produce children. So I believe all persons who are interested in creating another little person should take it upon themselves to get counseling, because there are persons, as we would have stated before, they would have gone through childhood trauma, and no, a child is automatically going to be your scapegoat. We mentioned being scapegoat earlier, but really and truly, especially within the Jamaican society, we have seen where children have become the scapegoat for childhood trauma, particularly abusive upbringing. For example, we see it a lot on social media, where there are parents who they brag about disciplining their child. I've seen a mom cut her child's hair on TikTok. I think it was TikTok. I don't remember where I saw the video.
It's always on
But
TikTok.
you saw it on TikTok as well? A mom cut her child's hair because she was being, or I don't remember what it was, but she mentioned the fact that when she was growing up, she couldn't talk back to her parents like that, and went ahead, proceeded to video herself cutting the child's hair for being disrespectful, or for what we in Jamaica call back chat. You understand? Um, can you tell me about any punishments that Nigerian parents would give? Do you know of any type of punishments that you've witnessed or probably experienced? Who knows? You know?
Parents give to a child.
Yeah, in Nigeria. How do parents discipline children in Nigeria?
Well, it depends on the parent and how they decide to punish. There's always a way to punish a child. Some will go at length to caution them, why some will flog, depending on the magnitude of the offense. All right. Why some will deprive their child from certain privileges.
Privileges such as?
Like, Daddy, I want chocolate. Nope. All right.
Also, it's chocolate alone. No problem. Here in Jamaica, I always heard this phrase growing up. The Bible say, me not be spare the rod and spoil the picnic. Pass him.
So what does that mean?
All right, so pretty much it is the Jamaican parents' favorite scripture when they think you were wrong, so that they have means or they have the rights to beat you. I heard from my mother, because this was back in her time. Lord have mercy, I hope she don't hear this and think that I'm calling her an old Jamaican woman. But back in her days, they had this thing called bus me that they cut out of the either the truck tire or the car tire, something like that. And then I think they soak it in salt water. I don't remember what exactly. I think that was the procedure. And whenever a child would misbehave in the Jamaican household, they say, you know what, more than one out of that. Because when that lick you, it can cut you. And then I went to primary school here in Jamaica, and I was unfortunately connected with a few students who had some really, really crazy parents, in my opinion. I recall being in grade 3. There was a young lady, she had an argument with one of our teachers. And would you believe the teacher said, no, don't worry yourself, man, stay right there. So. And this teacher called the mother on the phone and explained the situation. The mother said, don't worry, 15 minutes time. Boops! The classroom door bust. And I'm telling you, that mother grabbed her in her blouse. Until the button fly off. And she boxed her left, right, center. Chair turn over. She reach a chalkboard. She come back to the bookcase. We say murderation in the building. And the principal didn't even flinch. The principal was saying back in... who did the principal again? Oh, yes, it was a male principal. He said back in his time. Back in his time, if you were in Mapen Town and somebody from your community saw you misbehaving, parents back in the day would have given anybody permission to lay hands on you. If they saw you misbehaving, that would mean that you're dishonoring your parents in public. So anybody in Mapen, could have been the handicapped man, could have been the elderly where passed by, anybody had a right to lay hands on you. And then when you go home, you would have to explain to your parents why you look so, why you're crying, and then you get a second beating again. So those are some traditions that the older Jamaicans would have been more familiar with. When it comes to parental discipline and disciplining of children, upbringing of children, what would you say, though? What do you take from this, actually? What do you take from the older generation's methods, the older Jamaicans generation, the older Jamaicans methods?
I think this is the best.
You think?
Yes.
There's a reason why gentle parenting came out, and it is because the product of that thinking would have been so traumatized.
Let me tell you, the energy that young generation possess now is what's that of the old method of parenting.
So you're saying that the children, the Jamaicans that you are interacting with in this generation, we need to bring back the boss me?
Because of the energy that they possess this time.
The energy that they have now is requiring boss me? Is requiring fleeing a chalkboard? Is requiring liquid mop, spoon, and broom?
You have not encountered stubborn kids, I'm telling you. If you do, you will know that these kids need to.
Papa Jesus, I beg you, Lord.
You see some persons that
please give me some children that are not stubborn, because I cannot. I would like to be a gentle parent.
Do you know some certain parents or some certain kids that Bible saw and said, "Do not spare. When you spare the rod, spoil the kids."
Okay, and while we're on the don't spare the rod and spoil the child note, do you think that scripture is legal grounds for parental abuse?
Not at all. It's not. It's
Okay.
not. Far from it.
All right, you
Bible
heard that
remains
on
standard.
Merge FM. So all of the Jamaican parents and all of the Nigerian parents that love that scripture, it is not a scripture that authorizes abuse to your child. Okay.
All right, Miss Doberi, thank you. Thank you very much for this wonderful contribution, and we are looking forward to having you next week on this wonderful episode on Jamnija. In case you are joining us and you want to know more about this episode on Jamnija, please log on our social media platform on Marge FM right here in Gilmore Road, Mapping, Clarendon. Meanwhile, you can follow us on Let's Be World if you're watching us live, and also all our social media handles. Continue to enjoy the show. Looking forward that we bring you more topic on this wonderful episode that is come every Thursday by 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. But then enjoy the rest of the day using this wonderful music. Enjoy the day.
Nobody better than I. Nobody better than I. Nobody better.
Well, thank you for the welcome. Of course, I'm the Jamaican voice of reasoning, because there would not be Jamnija without a Jamaican voice, and there wouldn't be Jamnija without a Nigerian voice. So I am more than happy to be here, to represent and big up my island, Jamaica.
First thing first, I want to learn how to speak Patois. How will I do about it?
How will you do about it? All right.
Teach
When-
me. I want to know how.
Alright.
I want make I know
Do
how
you
to
read the
speak.
Bible?
Wait, I want make I know how to speak Patois. Before I came to Jamaica, I've been hearing about Patois language. This that. Oh, when I came, where do I start from?
So you want me to be your parent in Patois?
Mm-hmm.
All right. What did Jesus Christ tell Nicodemus? You know what? I'm behave myself on branch
That-
of him.
You said Nicodemus, you must be born again.
And what did Nicodemus say?
Nicodemus asked, "How can a man be born
again?
when he's already old?" Like,
Yes.
so what do you mean by that?
All right.
Who is Nicodemus now?
All right. So Nicodemus, right, of the Bible,
Mm.
was supposed to get baptized, right? He was supposed to take water baptism and then await his fire baptism, which is the baptism by the Holy Spirit, correct?
Mhm.
According to the Christian Bible. No, in your case, Mr. Nicodemus, I'm telling you, you need to get Jamaicanized.
Oh, is that what you mean?
Yes. So Nicodemus had to get baptized, and you have to get Jamaicanized.
Before I'll be able to know how to speak
Yes,
Patois. But I so much like the language.
All right. Patois is a beautiful language. It is the child of. I would say Patois is a child of. It's considered broken English, right?
Mhm.
So it is our Creole, our broken English, our mixture of when we as a people were our ancestors, because me not enslaved, me not wear no chain. When our ancestors were here, they were enslaved, correct? Last week we would have covered the transatlantic slave trade, which would have seen Europeans taking Africans from the motherland and including taking them from countries from Nigeria. You know, when we were looking at tracing the relationship between Nigeria and Jamaica, we would have seen some of the slaves coming from the Ashanti tribe there in Ghana, which would explain why we still have a lot of we didn't retain a lot of
In
the
South Africa as well.
Ashanti. We
The
didn't retain a
Ashanti.
lot of the Ashanti
Mhm.
language, which is supposed to be Twi or
Mhm.
Stiwi, one of them, Twi, right? We didn't retain a lot of that language, but Patois is like a combination of the Tiwi, the Nigerian dialect. What you guys have, you have the Yoruba language and the
Igbo language.
Igbo language, yes.
And also
So
language.
we would have seen the Igbo language, we would have seen the Yoruba language, we would have seen the Twi from
Mhm.
Ghana coming together
Mhm.
and then intermingling some of those phrases with the European words to form our languages and sentences, correct? Yeah, so that is where Patois would come from. So Patois is pretty much the child between the oppressor and the oppressed of our ancestors. And
Do you know the first language that I learned in Patois? The first language?
the first language or the first phrase?
Okay, the first phrase.
Okay.
Can you guess?
Wagwan! That's everybody's favorite one. Wagwan!
I remember last time I put call across in Nigeria, I call someone and say, Guagwan,
Guag.
Guagwan.
No, brother, no. Say it with me. Wa.
Guagwan.
No, listen. Simon says, Wa.
Wa.
Guan.
Guan.
Wa, one. A one. One. One second.
Wagwan.
Wa
Wow.
guan.
Wagwan.
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 Yes.
It must. Wagwan.
No, don't say that. It's gonna come
No,
weird.
before you say it, you must have this energy, the energy to,
No, but the energy.
Jamaican vibes,
Alright, so the energy depends on what the Jamaican is trying to say to you. Because wagwan can mean different things. It's not just a greeting.
Really?
All right.
I'm just hearing it for the first time.
All right.
Tell me more.
I'm your Jamaican parent for the day, correct?
Okay.
Since we're on the topic of parenting,
Mhm.
Nigeria versus Jamaica
Mhm.
and Jamnija here on Merge FM.
Mhm.
Let us begin lesson number 1 in every Jamaican's lesson. So wagwan, listen to me, pick me. Yeah, listen.
I'm listening.
All right. Wagwan can mean different things depending on the tone and the expression.
Okay.
The listeners will have to listen to the tone, but you can look at the expressions because you're here with me in the studio. So for starters, look now, Brethren, you're looking, or are you just listening? All right,
I'm listening. I'm also looking.
Then, well, if you're not looking, look your eye and just hear the tone, and then you can tell me what you think I mean by this wagwan. So I'm about to say a wagwan, and it don't mean what you think it means. Wagwan.
Like, what is it? Agony in my language.
Oh, bravo. Okay, you got
We'll say agony.
Wait, what is it?
Agony.
No, say that's Igbo, right?
Yes, agony.
Okay. So my Nigerian brothers and sisters out there, we in Jamaica say wagwan, and you guys say
agony.
And my Jamaican brothers and sisters, we say wagwan, and they say in Nigeria
Organizy.
You can't drop that one if we know. Do it again. Do it again.
No, there's a difference between organi and organi. Kezi. Organizy.
Okay.
Yeah, depend because you said wagwan is mean two different things.
Yes.
So also.
Yeah, but it's the same wagwan. It's just different tone and different expression.
Well, I must have the energy before. The Jamaican energy vibe for me.
But you got the first wagwan correct.
Wagwan.
Let me see if you can get this one. Wagwan.
I'm seeing how it twists your face. Wagwan. Well, when I heard it, I was wow. I don't understand.
You don't understand.
So my friend was telling me, look at what it means. Just asking me how is it. I said, oh, so since then I've been using it.
All right, so let us recap our wagwan lesson. So wagwan, that wagwan there is hey, what's up? How you doing? Depending on the excitement, this person might have not seen you for a long time, so they want to know wagwan in your life. Okay. They want to know if you eat, you sleep, you drink, you wake up, you're glowing. What else? Yeah.
All right, my people were there for Nigeria where you day, anywhere where you day. So anytime where I put call across, I can ask you, wagwan. Not be say, nah, I got something. I did ask you, how are you doing? So it's a new language that I have learned. All right. So whenever I call, whenever I speak, I kind of have a conversation with you, and I try to speak patois that I have learned, and I say guan. No question me. What's name mean be say how you day. All right. How is everything going on with you?
Repeat that one. What thing you say? How you
I said, make you not ask me what I talk or what I say.
Remember that there are Jamaicans on the radio here at Merge FM.
All right. So that has been on this matter because we are trying to bring this to culture.
Yeah, we're trying to mix it,
put it together because I have not seen any big difference from what I'm seeing here in Jamaica that is not the same in Nigeria. When it comes to culture, when it comes to food, when it comes to dressing, when it comes to how people live their life. And we are just trying to see the differences and the similarities and how to bring these two culture together. All right, but both remain the best so far. I'm talking based on experience.
So on the note of learning Wagwan and us learning, oh, what my Nigerian brothers and sisters, help me out now. Don't remember the equivalent, the Igbo equivalent to Wagwan.
Is the one I just said it now?
You just said it now, but I forget. It passed me like how teeth pass foul.
Oh, okay, that is from Igbo. We say Ogini.
Ogeni.
Ogini.
Ogeni Wagwan. Ogeni Wagwan. Ogeni
I didn't say
Wagwan.
Ogini, I said Ogini.
Ogeni.
Ogini.
Oh, you spell that one day.
O. O. Gay.
Okay.
Ogi. O. He. O.
Lord have mercy, I'm not here.
Okay, my people, na so we dey do amo, na so we dey talk amo, na so it be for here. Okay, remember that you are in my FM, Glenmore Road, Napin, Clarendon. Continue to join us, continue to follow all our platform in social media, continue to send in your take. And I must say a very big thank you to Miss Doberry. I must tell you, you're highly welcome. This show is incomplete without having a Jamaican representative and also a Nigerian representative in Africa.
Jamaican to the bone, representing for duty. Mrs. Doberry on Merge FM.
So next week, next time, next same venue, try to send in your take, but we will be receiving so many calls as today has gone by. We'll be wrapping up from here, but before we call it a day, please continue to enjoy the music while we'll come back to give you a brief talk on this matter.
Nah, me I don't talk fool. My abena. Feel like I take it by now.
Cultural differences and mash the two together. From Yard here in Jamaica and reaching out, of course, onto the very heights of the Kilimanjaro. No, the Kilimanjaro is in Nigeria. But anywho,
What do we have Kilimanjaro in Nigeria?
Well, it was just, I guess.
Oh,
when you learn.
So now what they're saying, because we have everything.
When you learn something in primary school and now you have to unlearn it.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I was younger, I was taught that is the highest mountain peak in the African continent, and our then teachers were debating as to whether or not it was in Kenya or if it was in Nigeria. So, and I know we have Google, which by pulling up a map we can see, hey,
this is that.
Yes.
All right, our viewers, our listeners, wherever you are, we sincerely want to say a very big thank you for being with us all this time.
as sweet as reggae, but I give you guys your props. You give us that dancing vibe.
Thank you.
What you say? You
My
just
head is popping. Because when it comes to Afrobeat, I think African has
there's
the.
no music better than Afrobeat.
But in Nigeria, whenever I heard about Jamaica, is reggae, reggae. If you're a musician in Jamaica and you're not a reggae singer, I don't think we will listen. Yeah, because you can't forget about Bob Marley.
As a Jamaican, I have to agree with you. I personally don't like the dancehall music that's being produced nowadays. I think it has been reduced to reveling. Has been reduced to what the Bible describes as reveling. Just this type of slap music that people think about things happening in people's bedrooms that should not be. It's not fit for airplay, in my opinion. But reggae music, I think we still produce good quality reggae music. Yeah, that's my take on our music as Jamaicans. I know a lot of persons still enjoy Jamaican music, but I don't. I have to that one right there. When it comes to music, I have to agree with you there. I don't enjoy music outside of our reggae and gospel music. And of course, we actually have rappers in Jamaica, you know. We have Jamaican rappers. We have Jamaican rappers out here. Gospel rappers, regular rappers. They're persons who mix dancehall with rap. They're persons who will mix a little rapping with reggae. They're persons who are learning and they're trying new things to, give the Jamaican sound a little versatility.
Okay.
So
All right, that has been on this matter. When it comes to music, I give it to Jamaican as long as reggae is concerned.
Na na na, na na na.
over there in Nigeria, and our sisters, of course, because we can't leave out the neighbors in it. We are grateful for you guys lending us your ears today, and we pray that you will continue to do so. Just mark up all your Thursday from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m.
A lot.
and make it a date on Merge FM.
Remember that a lot will be emerging in Merge FM.
Emerge from Merge, innit? Emerge from Merge. I'm gonna
FM.
nice ring to it, innit?
Here in Gilmore Road, Mapping, Jamaica. Hello, my sisters and my brothers all over the world. If you are connecting from Nigeria, it's your brother Kelly with Major FM. A lot will be given. I'm here with Miss Chiberry.
Mrs. Doberry.
So you're taking. Thank you very much for being part of this wonderful show. Remember that we'll be having your time just 3 hours every Thursday. 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you're in Nigeria, that is exactly 9 p.m. Thank you very much for staying by and continue to follow us in every social media in every of our social media handles. And if you're joining us on YouTube, thank you very much. If you're joining us live on Bless Be One, we welcome and congratulate you. Please share this and make sure that you follow us the same time, the same venue, and the same topic on
Merge FM.
Jamnija.
Oh, Jamnija.
All right, a lot of question has been popping up. Kind of, what is Jamnija? What is it talking about? What is this? What's that?
It is not bread and jam.
Mhm.
And it is not a bunch of ninjas trying to break into your house.
All right, just say what it is exactly here. Let's see how you go.
Okay, so Jamnija is where we explore Jamaican customs, norms, and traditions
Mhm.
through a Nigerian lens. We dive into authentic and passionate conversations
Mhm.
as we examine cultural norms, such as in terms of relationship, lifestyle, the way that people experience religion, the food that we eat, and
Mhm.
other aspects of life, of course. It is a bridge between the Jamaican and the Nigerian culture
Mhm.
so that we can come together and recognize that yes, we have our differences, but all are one on this planet under God.
All right, remember that you can also participate by calling on this number on the channel, and then you can come up with any question or anything you want to know about this wonderful show on Jam Niger. Of course, we are not restricting you from participating. You can give us a call on an issue. It is allowed. I remember that you are into Major FM right here in Gilmore Road, Pen Clarendon. Right at the same time, it is almost the end of the program. And before we call it a day, please just sit back and enjoy this reggae music. Of course, we are being playing Afrobeat. Thank you very much. And remember, bless my people.
It's
It's reggae now, reggae now, reggae now, reggae now, reggae now.
We got troubles underneath.